Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be giving you my first impressions on Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion is a 2D action-adventure game developed by Snoozy Kazoo and was released on Nintendo Switch and Steam on April 22nd, 2021. You play as Turnip Boy, who, at the start of the game, is faced with a dilemma. The mayor asks him to pay property tax on his greenhouse, but Turnip Boy doesn't want to do this, so he tears it up. The mayor then takes it upon himself to make you his personal assistant for the remainder of the game to pay off your debt.
You committed tax evasion.
Oh no! Anyway, last week...
What follows is a fetch quest filled adventure that's bursting to the brim with charm. Now, let's talk about the gameplay. It's relatively simple, where you use the joystick to move, a button to switch items, and another one to use them. What I found amazing is there's a dedicated trip button, which I find myself using way too often. I feel like it really added to Turnip Boy's character. There's some obvious inspiration from the older Zelda games, but I often found myself comparing it more to the 2018 Devolver Digital game Minute. The main collectibles consist of documents to tear up, regardless if they're tax related or not, which you can find along your adventure, or obtain through side quests. And hats. Of course, a game as cute as this has to have some sort of cosmetic system to it, but I'm all for it. The mafioso and bird hats were some of my personal favorites, but there's really something for everyone here. The game wasn't too much of a challenge for the most part. I only ended up dying once, and that was required for me to complete a certain side quest. Now, that's not to say the boss fights were boring. They each have multiple ways to tackle them, which was great. There's also these Zelda-style dungeons to get through, which I enjoyed. Visually, this game is bubbly and bright, and I loved seeing all the different vegetable designs. Every time you get a new hat or item, it shoves it in your face, and it just adds to the joy of collecting. The colors are vibrant, and enemies explode with a satisfying poof once defeated. Adding to the visuals is of course the audio design. Turnip Boy has a cheery soundtrack that aids in building up a cozy atmosphere for the characters living in this world. Not to mention all the little sound effects ranging from combat to the tripping sound effect were just icing on the cake. Speaking of the characters, the writing in this game probably has to be my favorite part. There are a ton of pop culture references to stuff like Twitch and TikTok, and there's even a JoJo reference to be found here. You may think they relied too much on these references, but I thought there was a perfect amount sprinkled in. A lot of the original writing also had me laughing out loud as well, which doesn't happen often. My only issue with the game, if you can call it that, is that it ended too soon. I managed to 100% the game in a little over 2 hours, and for some people that may be a little too short for its $15 price tag. For me though, Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion was a wonderful experience that is crafted with love and may just make it into my top 5 games of the year. If you feel that itch to play a fresh 2D adventure game that has great writing and overall feel-good time, then I don't think you can go wrong picking this one up. And that pretty much wraps up this video. If you enjoyed, leaving a like really does help my channel grow, and if you want to see more first impressions from various indie titles, then a subscription is the best way to do that. That's all for today. I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching.
Was wrong to say